Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Buy, Borrow, Insure with me, Dylan Nelson. This episode is going to be sponsored by my business, Goosehead Insurance, Dylan Nelson Agency. We are an independent insurance brokerage that specializes in the home closing process. So if you own a home, if you're looking to purchase a home, if you're in mortgage, if you're in real estate, give me a call. Would love to connect with you. My information is going to be below. So I wanted to make this episode to talk about the factors that go into the price of your homeowners insurance premium. Now, if you think you pay too much for homeowners insurance, if you got your renewal notice in the mail and it's gone up, if you're shopping around and shocked with what you're finding, I just wanted to go over some reasons of why that may be. So the first reason is going to be your proximity to weather-based risk and weather-based loss. Where we are in Colorado, we've got wind and hail, we have snow, there's wildfire that happens here every single year. Where I'm from in Texas has tornadoes, hail, flood, all sorts of things. All of these factors are going to generally cause a very significant increase in your homeowner's insurance premium compared to other areas. And this is pretty simple because if you have a home that's in a riskier area, insurance companies are going to look at you and they're going to say, well, this is a riskier bet for us. The insurance carrier is the opposite of a casino. They're going to lay a price for you to hedge against large losses by paying a yearly premium for that product. So when they say, hey, every 10 years there's going to be a large hailstorm that's going to cause some damage, or we get tornadoes every season, it's going to be a pricier product to insure your home compared to a less risky area like, say, Phoenix. The second reason is going to be number of claims. Now, there's two sides of the equation when it comes to number of claims on your homeowner's policy. Claims follow you wherever you go. If I live at one location, and let's say it's a crappy house, and there's 3 separate incidents where a pipe burst in my home, causing a water loss. Now, I have water-based damage, large claim payouts. I had 3 of them in 10 years, let's say, just for example. If I go and I move because I'm tired of this house and I move to a newer house, those claims are going to follow me. Insurance companies will look at me and they will say, hey, this is a guy who's filed lots of claims in the past. He's likely to file claims in the future. And we find him more risky than somebody that hasn't used their insurance whatsoever. They're going to charge me a higher premium for this. Now, claims will roll off. Every company looks at a different period of time for claims evaluation. That's why you should reach out to me. If you have a lot of claims on a previous home, you're looking to move, looking to shop insurance, we can find you carriers that will only look at a 3-year window or a 5-year window compared to maybe a longer period of time, depending on the company. So that's why you always want to have a great insurance broker that can really look at these things, because if you have a lot of claims in your home in the past, you're going to pay more for homeowners insurance. Now, if you go to move to a new house, and let's say I have 0 claims in the past, I've had a perfect record, but I go and I look at to move to buy a new home, and that house has had, let's say, 3 claims on it in the past 5 years. It's going to be very hard for me to find an insurance policy for that home, because insurance companies, again, are going to look at that and say, hey, this is a risky home. There's been claims on this home in the past. We do not want to insure it. And if they don't want to insure it, again, they're going to lay a price that's going to be really pricey. They're going to say, hey, if you want to do it through our company, this is going to be what it's going to be, but we don't really want this business. And the worst is that they'll just flat out deny it, saying, hey, we're not even going to offer, we're never going to lay a price for you of a premium to do this. We don't want the business. So the key takeaway from this is, don't file homeowners insurance claims unless you absolutely have to, unless it's a large amount of money, it's a large loss that you're looking to protect yourself financially from. Do not file a homeowners insurance claim for a broken window. Do not file a homeowners insurance claim for a mailbox that got knocked down. You want to save your homeowner's policy for larger things, because even if you file one claim, it can increase your premiums by 30, sometimes 40%, depending on the company. So just be careful. Always reach out to an independent agent, not the carrier, if you're thinking about following a claim, so you can get some good advice that's going to be in your best interest. So another factor is going to be age of the roof. Now, this is going to be location dependent, but a place like Colorado, a place like Texas that does have wind, that does have hail, if you have a home that has a 15-year-old or a 20-year-old or a 25-year-old roof, you're going to expect to pay a lot more for homeowners insurance, because insurance companies are going to look at you and they're going to say, hey, this roof is old, this roof is going to be damaged. If there's one windstorm, if there's one hailstorm, we're going to have to replace this, and we're the ones they're going to have to foot the bill for this. So they're going to offer a much higher price versus if your home has a new roof. Now, you can even take this a step further and talk to your roofer. If you do get a roof replacement and get a hail-resistant roof, you've got to have the paperwork for it, but insurance companies love this. They love things that are not risky. They love houses that they're not going to have to pay on claims for as much as other ones. So new roofs, hail-resistant roofs, metal roofs are all going to factor into a lower insurance premium. Now, if your roof is really old, some insurance companies will say, hey, we're not even going to insure it to replace it. We're going to insure it for actual cash value. So if you have a wind or hail claim, wipes your roof out, becomes damaged, you got to get a new one. Insurance companies may look at you and they say, hey, we can only do actual cash value. This is all we can offer you. And we're going to pay you a depreciated amount. We're going to pay you what it is to replace the roof minus 25 years of depreciation, which after you factor in your wind and hail deductible, which could be $2,500, $5,000, sometimes more, they're going to pay you either pennies on the dollar or pay you nothing, which means you really don't even have insurance on the roof and you filed a claim for no reason. So take away from this, if you're looking for a home, get one with a new roof or expect to pay more money on your homeowner's insurance. The last factor for homeowners insurance pricing is going to be reconstruction costs. So if I live in a one-bedroom home that's 1,000 square feet, it's not going to cost much to replace that compared to a larger home. And my dwelling coverage or my limit of insurance to rebuild my home is going to be a lot less, and thus I'm going to pay for less insurance. And that's going to have a lower homeowner's insurance premium. If I have a very large home, it goes without saying it's going to cost more to replace, and my homeowner's insurance will cost more because there's more to replace and more to rebuild. But we can actually look at certain locations, like say if you live in deep into the mountains. If I have a one-bedroom house that's only 1,000 square feet, but I live somewhere like Aspen or Telluride or Snowmass in Colorado, where the construction crew, the building materials, everything going on with the construction has to travel hours up into the mountains each day to complete the build, that's going to cost a lot more to rebuild a similar size structure compared to something in the city. Higher construction costs are going to equate to higher amounts of dwelling coverage you're going to need for your home, which is going to equate to a higher insurance premium. So the more you have to rebuild, the more that it's going to cost, the more your homeowner's insurance is going to be. And we've seen this recently with increases in premium, where in 2022, in the last year, we've seen inflation, we've seen the increase in cost and building materials and construction costs. Insurance is not independent of this. They're going to catch up, and they're going to raise insurance rates on your current policies because it's going to cost more to rebuild the same structure. One takeaway from this is if you have an insurance policy on a home that you purchased 2, 3, 4 years ago, you need to talk to an advisor and see if you have an adequate amount of insurance for the home. 6 times, 7 times out of 10, when I come across somebody who comes to me to shop their insurance and they have a policy that's 3, 4, 5 years old, usually they're 60, 70, if they're lucky, 80% covered when it comes to their dwelling coverage, meaning if their home were to burn down, they only have 80% of the amount of insurance needed to rebuild the same identical structure today in 2022. So very, very important. Even if you have to go and pay more for insurance, if you go and shop it today, you need to make sure that your homeowner's insurance policy will cover what it costs to rebuild your home in the current time and place. Well, hopefully this was helpful, guys. If you like what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. Tell me what you like in the comments down below. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.